Women who gave the creep a chance. How did it go? 1. After a few dates he started to get way too serious. I told him calmly and honestly that I wasn't ready for a serious relationship and he deserved to be with someone who was. He completely flipped shit and after a bit of name calling I stood up and started to leave the bar. He then said you should watch yourself in the future. Especially when getting into your car. I was extremely paranoid for months after. Would check my backseat and under my vehicle. Never saw him again, so just an empty threat, but not a fun time. That was like 15 years ago. Yeah, he's still single. 2. I bought him a coffee one time and we chatted about our music tastes. 3 days later, I was sitting in my dorm and I got a text from him that was just a selfie. I sent one back and the conversation got really boring, so I sent him a snap of a black screen. He responded, "Are you in a dark place?" And I said, "Yeah, lol." His response was, "Well, you'll have to leave soon because you have class in insert building with insert professor at 6 o'clock. I literally never told him anything about my classes, so he just fucking stalked me until he learned my entire schedule. It turns out he was a serial creep preying on freshman girls. 3. At the end of a weird and terrible date, he asked me for a hug as I was turning to leave. I thought, whatever gets this over with. As I was pulling away, he forcibly grabbed the back of my head and shoved his tongue in my mouth before I was able to break free. The next morning I had a 3-page email in my inbox telling me all the things that are wrong with me and why he is not interested in a second date. 4. Badly. He became very stalkerish, was very insecure about other men, and tried to isolate me from friends. 5. On our first date, he told me he loved me and that he would let me pick out the color of our house. The rest of the evening was super awkward. I never talked to him again. 6. He threatened suicide when I tried to break up with him and he eventually started stalking me when I did end things. Don't date a creep.